Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day in the market. It's June 4th, Thursday. We're going to review 0-day options on SPY and the small account challenge. Bit of a trend day today. Feels like it's been a while. Here's the 30-minute chart. This is DG. He's on Eric's Discord. You can find the link for that in the description. He's also SPY day trading on YouTube. We got gold is a 30-minute, or sorry, the 5-minute or 5-day moving average. This is the 30-minute chart. Gap down and just basically rallied in green all day, and then broke it and built liquidity and a little return to safety end of day. Yeah, so let's get into some of the trades today. Today there were definitely good trades that I could see that I was able to chart and it made sense. These days are almost the most annoying if I'm not like very green, because everything was right and it's just up to my execution to have a nice P&L. But yeah, today it wasn't the best. I mean, for the price action, I don't know. I'm pretty pleased with myself. I was quite disciplined in the morning chop, even though this chop, this is actually pretty good range, like relatively recent. Yeah, two points or so of chop, which is not bad for what we've had lately. My first trade, so I started with gray for the buying, green for this selling, gold for this bullish controlled selling. I didn't have gold all that early though. Let's see, support, resistance. I did break it here, but it came back in, retested it there, and that's how I ended up with purple. So purple was support here. I had that early on, purple. It was hard because it was like, is this a completed cup, inverse cup, or is this an actual algo right here? So I stuck with it and it seemed like it was. So we had both of these very flat ones I charted early on, which can indicate a little wedgy in the morning, which it was. My first trade was at 950. It was a put. Let's see what I was doing, why I was doing it. So yeah, I wasn't quite sure if this is an inverse cup complete or what. This was kind of a risky trade, one I don't typically take, kind of mid-range here. I had green for the precision selling. I knew there was a more aggressive seller, at least that's what I thought by this. And this was an inverse cup. This could have been the handle, and retesting the shoulder also if it's a head and shoulder. As well as this purple, if this is legit, also this is bearish controlled buying. So, but after I got into it, I'm like, this isn't great. There's not much structure here. This is a sketchy trade. So I got out pretty quick. Same candle. Got in at the beginning of this one and actually got out like here, which, like I said, this morning wasn't bad. This is not quite half a point, but it's almost half a point. So glad I got out of that one. 87 and 95. Yeah, that's not one I'm trying to get better at, because that was a bit of a sketchy one, unrepeatable. 10, 13 was another put. These are 751 puts. That was right here. Yeah, oh sorry, this candle. So that was for basically a retesting purple and looking for a move down, I think was my thought process there. Some of this stuff was not drawn at the time. Like this mid-range purple wasn't here, and this gold I don't think was here either. So yeah, I think I just had green for precision. This is one that I probably shouldn't have taken either, honestly. And I kind of knew it, so I was out of it pretty quick. Let's say 10-13. Yeah, 10-13. Close out on that candle. I was just using green for the precision and just using that for my risk also. 61 cents 55, so down was a red one, and I kind of knew better on that one also. Next one's at 10.28. It was a call. I thought I traded less down here, but I guess I did have a few trades. Whoops. So this one broke the purple, and then I was just using purple for my my stop. because once it breaks the upside of even a buying algo, it's theoretically could be buying up in a steeper one, which that's what I was looking for, and it was a clear spot to manage my risk right here. So I got in here, and once it broke back down, I just closed it out. So that one actually kind of stung a little bit. 82 to 78. Never mind. Yeah, but that was kind of the reasoning behind that. I don't know if purple wasn't legit or what, but yeah, if that's not my favorite trade anyways, but it's nice because the risk is very, very tight on that, typically. Let's see, 28. And then 1030, I was in a put. So rejection and back into purple. So I got this put, which for some reason my memory thought I didn't trade much through here, but this is actually quite a bit. More than I should have. 1030, 58 cents, sold at 1033 for 63. Right here at the beginning of this candle. I think this was for a break of green. Yeah, I was just using green to manage. So this was a little green trade actually, just from this candle here, breaking back into the purple and then closing it out once it broke that green. I don't usually take trades with that quite that tight. But yeah, I guess I did in this case. Morning, just killing my buying power in the morning. And then next one was at 11:51 was a call. So let's see, where is this at? Yeah, okay. So right here, like, where was it? What was I looking at earlier? Yeah, I think I had this one also down here. Did I just move that? Oh no, it was right there. So here you can see I completed the cup also. Here's your handle. And then it broke the gold, which is what I was waiting on to the upside, and started retesting it. But there just wasn't a nice inverse head anywhere in here to give me confidence to go long. I mean, yeah, I have little scalps here and there, but like even, okay, so I think this was here then. So this one, yeah, broke it nicely. And I guess you could have gotten a call on this gold retest. This purple wasn't here, which would have definitely helped because I could have gotten a call there. But again, it's not nice structure. This is just a real shallow little inverse head and shoulder. So yeah, I mean, it's there. If I was charting and I had this purple here, and I really wanted to, I could have said, okay, it broke gold. It's retesting it. This is bullish controlled selling, and I can manage it with this purple, or I can manage with the gold. But yeah, it just wasn't great. And then it breaking above the purple right here, you know, I already got in trouble for doing it right here. So I definitely would have done it there again because I had it up here then. So I could have done it here again, I guess. In this case, it worked. It just didn't back there. So let's see, volume. Yeah, volume was later on anyways. So that brings me to next trade. What was it? 11:51. This was a call. So yeah, that being said, that all happened. I'm like, all right, well, I missed that. That's fine. And then it came down. Okay, so up here I had purple. So different entries for an inverse head that I'm looking for. This liquidity here, like a bounce on that. So I put that blue line there. A bounce on this purple right here because it's built a shoulder here. I'm using gold. So potentially a call right here on a bounce of that purple. I think I had this purple also at the time, but I'm not sure why it went further. Anyways, this one, I actually wasn't really thinking of this one at the time, or way down here for the inverse head. But once I saw it hit, and then this engulfing candle, I've really been trying to look out for engulfing candles lately, just for that reversal and that entry. Like I've done it in the past, but for some reason the last couple months I haven't really been trading the candles at all. Not sure why, but this one, yeah, in the last couple days I have been. So I actually got a call on this candle right here, 11:51. Which, yeah, I mean, sure, if I held it for a few hours, it would have been a couple 100%, but I'm not quite there yet. So I got it here and it starts rallying up, looks good. I'm hoping it just kind of keeps ripping gray and I can close it at purple up here. That's, of course, the dream. Comes up, breaks gray. I'm like, I'll just keep holding. I'll use purple for my stop, trying to be flexible. And then it kind of just starts grinding. I'm like, I don't really like that. It very easily could hit gold and then start coming back down to make a bigger head, and this could all be a shoulder. But I do have patience through here. The 1151. I bought it for 51 cents, sold it for 63. So it was a nice green trade. I held it all the way till here. Yeah, so we had that big green candle, and then I kind of put gray in there, and then I was like, I'm just gonna close it. It's close enough to gold. So I closed it out there, and then it did what I was hoping. I mean, eventually came all the way up here, but I kind of looked away, looked back, and then it broke it. And I'm like, I could always get back in if it breaks. And that was part of my plan, potentially, like buy it here and then actually add to it if it breaks here. The way it was buying up into it, though, I just wanted to take profit in case it was coming down. So, yeah, that was, let's see, 63 cents. Sorry, 51 to 63 was that first one, and then the next one I bought at 1206, I think, on this candle. Yeah, on this candle. Not a great fill, of course. But yeah, 1206. I was looking to get more on a retest, never did. 1206, got it for 73 cents. Held it up here, hit high of day, kind of stalled out for a minute. Kept coming, and then I sold it right here, actually. When this candle was starting to turn red, I just dumped it. Since I had such a chase entry, I could have waited for this gray, but since it was pretty far away from the support of it, I'm thinking this thing could literally come all the way back down here. So that's why I kind of just wanted to get a nice, it wasn't great slippage, but a nice exit at least. So I closed it like right here when this candle was just starting to look a little weak. I closed it even though of course I wanted that, but if I had held it from here, maybe I would have been, I don't know, or added to it here. But so that's it. I opened it here, closed, open, and closed. Got a couple little parts of the move. Glad I got back in here. That was a little sketchy. I never like entering like that on a big candle. So yeah, that increased actually a little bit, the little back-to-back. And then next trade wasn't for an hour. Did end up coming up, grinding up, hitting purple. This purple was not here at the time, or this would have been a beautiful entry, which is so obvious now. Came up, broke it. I think I didn't enter there because it's so close to purple. I just left it alone. But I was kind of looking for structure, so I wasn't thinking I'll just get on a retest. Looking for more structure like this. And we're pretty close to purple still, so it's like, yeah, I mean, this is a nice move, but how do you manage it from here? Because it could come all the way to here or back to here potentially. So that's my thought on that and why I didn't catch that move. But there wasn't much. As you see, it just grinded from the left side of it to the right and then rallied. So seeing this in hindsight's easy. Like, okay, yeah, you could have just opened it here and had that for your stop very tight, which is nice. But again, I was kind of looking for more structure. I wasn't just trying to play the channel like that, because typically that won't reward you as well as a nice little head and shoulder. So let's see, 109 I bought. 109 I bought. These are two calls I bought at 109. What was going on at 109? Okay, yeah. So wasn't structure here, but I thought maybe it's a little inverse head and shoulder. And by this point, the upside to purple was a little bit larger because we grinded over some. So once it broke gold, I bought, and I actually accidentally bought two. That's right. I put limit orders and then I tried to cancel one and they both filled real quick on a wick, which kind of sucks for buying power. So I sold one for break even on the next minute and then sold one for small loss 58 cents at 113. Yeah, on that candle. Pretty early on it, actually. Very early on. So yeah, the charting is just accurate. Like, you literally can just buy it at the supports and sell it at the resistances, which is terrific, but I don't know if it is that accurate at times. Yeah, and then lack of structure, so yeah, that's why I didn't catch that next one up here, which would have been beautiful, or the break, because I mean, same thing, there was no structure here and I got, you know, I got bamboozled there, so no structure here. Difference is this was already bouncing on that support, I guess, so we're just kind of slowly buying up in this purple. Yeah, next one was at 135. This was put. Yeah, this was kind of trying to get a get the top here. This was 5-day. 5-day was up here at that time. So it's kind of a 5-day resistance play. We had an engulfing candle here. So I was going to enter here, gold being my stop, looking for a move back down for an inverse head if it's going to rally, or, you know, whatever, turn to safety or a reversal. On the 30-minute, we also were just breaking the green. It was right here. So we were breaking green, the buying. Turns out that candle broke it and then just ripped through it, but oh well. So that's typically I wouldn't call it until we broke purple, which is what I was kind of waiting for, but I was like, I'll just try it up here and use that for my stop. It was far enough out of the money that it kind of just sat and grinded for a bit, so it didn't lose a whole lot of value, I don't think. Let's see, 135, 24 cents to 19 cents, 148. Given the way the price moved, that was a pretty small price to pay. So after that one, let's see, I was in a call at 205. Okay, yeah, so this was for a break on purple, so same idea down there, breaking from a buying to a steeper buying. That's what this is right here. So bought on that candle and then used purple for my stop, which stopped right in there, so stopped it out. We had a lot of volume here too, so that kind of, we're above 5-day. 5-day right here was support. I think, yeah, 5 days like right here, so it held support above it. And I thought this thing might just want to start squeezing. But regardless, it broke above the purple. I had clear management of risk on that one. And then, let's see, back here, did I chart this? Oh yeah, so I didn't take the long here because there's like another kind of long opportunity with this gold, as you can see, retesting. I tried this kind of tapering red from this resistance here, flipping to that support, but it already been through this. Otherwise, sure, this would have been a nice entry here for calls. And since this wasn't here, or no, since I did put this here, I didn't want to get calls here because I thought it might have resistance here as my gatekeep, which it did for a bit, and then it ripped through it. So I don't know if this was right. It seems like it was, because then it flipped into support up here. So it would have been kind of a tricky, like I could have gotten it anywhere here and then just had this for my risk, or this for my take profit. It's just such a tight range. To expect it to go up to that top purple, I think, is not a great idea. So that's why I didn't grab any calls in this area. Let's see, 148, 135. Already, yeah, already did that one. Oh, yeah, okay. 130, 205 to 207. This is calls. Yeah, that one right there. You got that. Close it on this candle right here, actually. That was 48 cents to 44. 258. I was in a put. So that is, yeah. So I was distracted at this point. I shouldn't have taken this trade. I was doing something else on the computer. I was playing a game, and I was like, I had an alert for this breaking purple, and I'm like, all right, if it breaks that, I'll get it for the retracement, return to safety, whatever. A lot of volume picked in. These candles were crazy. I jumped in here, and I wasn't focused. I shouldn't have jumped in. And once I was in, I'm like, all right, looks like it's chilling, but I need to give it some room. So I was like, all right, I'll just let it go to gold. And like I said, I wasn't really paying attention. It ripped up to gold. Nice little inverse head and shoulder. And so I didn't close it out until up here. So this one kind of sucked from my profits. Is that 258, did I say? 354? Yeah. So that one was 26 cents to 17. I closed it on this one. And then I actually flipped into a call right here, 305, early on that candle. And it came up and came up. I'm like, well, I really should be taking profits at this red in case this tapering is actually happening and we don't make it to purple. So thankfully I did. I took profits there. Small little range, 39 cents to 44. I closed it on 307, somewhere up here. It was a pretty nice exit, but very small range. And then came down, yeah, just kind of trading that red. And then broke out above that. I actually took one trade on Webull because I was out of buying power in E-Trade. And I shouldn't have done this one either. I was too distracted. 330 to 330. I think this was a call. Yeah, I was thinking it might squeeze because again we broke the red there, right here, and then just kind of hung out, and then I closed it out, breaking back into red. and then I was like, I should just be done. So it did end up setting up one more trade. It would have been a 5-minute trade. Finally breaking this tapering red right here. This was the 10-minute candle, and I was out of buying power in there. I didn't want to do another one on Webull, and I kind of did the one on Webull as an experiment because I think today's like the end of PDT, and on my Webull brokerage, it doesn't say anything about it's a cash or that's a margin account. Yeah, it's a margin account, and it doesn't say anything about day trades on there now. Before it would tell me how many day trades I had left. Now it doesn't have that at all. I'm like, I wonder if I can just trade as much as I want on this margin account. Why I wasn't sure about it is, for one, this is the first day, so I don't know if they've implemented it yet, and two, this account doesn't have 2,000 in it, so I'm like, I don't know. It only has like $484 right now on this Webull, so I thought, I don't know what's going on with that. But Webull's made mistakes before. They've made mistakes before, so I might be able to just trade with a $400 account on Webull as much as I want. I'll continue to experiment with that. Otherwise, this would have been a nice little entry once I started showing resistance on that red for that 5-minute candle. But that's literally the only candle you could have gotten. It would have been a little sketchy, just, yeah. So, again, like with my charting today, I felt pretty confident. It definitely took patience, which I'm fine with. It's just execution. I guess there's the trades. I guess my patience doesn't seem all that good when I'm reviewing it. But that's just because you see trades that happen in hindsight later on. You're like, oh, you could have just waited for that, but you don't know if that's coming. So, of course, I could have been more patient. This morning, I thought I was pretty good through here, but yeah, I was quick on my stops, and my green trades that weren't good trades, I just closed them quick, which I normally don't do, but I probably should do that more often. If it's just not a great trade and I get in and I happen to be green, just close it. I don't have to wait for the full stop. Like, I want to have that discipline to wait for the full stop, but if my accuracy is too low, I don't know. That's maybe not a good idea. But yeah, like when my charting's good and I have clear direction, I have to be patient for it and then execute. This one right here, this is hindsight. So without the structure, I'm fine. I missed that. A couple of these I didn't have to take. The break on purple, I don't know how to know if it's a legit break or not. I mean, we had increased volume, we had everything there. Maybe it was legit and it just didn't quite make it. Just the right area. This one I was just kind of over it. Yeah, so happy with it. I mean, it's a very small green day. Unfortunately, I feel like it could have been so much bigger. Wow, I gave a lot into commissions today. Yeah, I think after my first few trades I was up more than this, so definitely gave some back with more trading today. Even though they were great setups, like really all the setups were in kind of the afternoon, like 11:30 on. Interesting. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. See you tomorrow. Peace out.